So I had a couple of questions which were put together, and we'll start with these. So do think if you want to add a couple more. The first one at the top there is about AI models being reused. I'm not sure who'd like to start with this one, but are AI models easy to be reused? Can they be repurposed? Should they be designed that way? Leading on to foundation models. So who would like, maybe Yingting, you're the expert in this.
I'm not an expert, but like I can see, okay, so basically foundation model, which Fabian briefly talked about in his presentation is going this direction. Actually, I heard of foundation model from Fabian's talk 2 weeks ago in the static learning lecture. So ChatGPT basically is one type of foundation model, so that can be repurposed to many downstream tasks. Recently, there is also like maybe that's related to the second question, the SUM, so segment anything from Facebook AI, which is actually, I mean, because they are mostly trained by the natural image. So our students are tested on the medical image. It's not works perfectly so far, but it have a great potential. Like, I think it works better than most people expected. So I think that's a general trend for this general AI.
JT?
So, I mean, as what we see AI from the customer, right, from the storage perspective, what we do see is that basically people are pouring a lot of resources to generate a model, a lot of data moving in. So, of course, we would tend to consider this as kind of a digital asset that should be kept, archived preciously. So I was wondering if maybe in the nearby future we'll find kind of a GitHub of AI model, because currently people, when they are writing code, before it used to be lost. Now everything is put on GitHub, so there is kind of a repository of open source. So maybe in the nearby future, should we have some kind of repository of open model?
But the model is one thing, but actually the data used to train it is another. To what extent is there IPR involved in it? Can it be reused? Is it the sort of thing which can be offered as a service? It's an interesting question for not just for ethics, but also for copyright and IPR.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I'm not sure if I really can comment meaningfully here, to be honest. Well,
maybe the next one is possibly for you, but it relates to it, you see, because if in fact you can reuse a model and then someone else makes a breakthrough to it, actually is that what's the jump value chain?
Well, reusing trained models for image analysis, I mean, that's basically the topic I'm most into it, image analysis, image processing. And there, it's actually the case that you need new ground truth for each specimen, for each sample, for each species, for for each individual sample. And this is extremely time consuming. So if there would be a breakthrough in the quality of AI networks being able to actually be used once trained on different samples, I think this would be at least an incremental breakthrough. On the other hand, when we're thinking about actual breakthroughs, it's maybe not that easy to even envision that, because I think if a critical mass of these algorithms are coming together and a critical mass of different disciplines are working with them, then maybe some creative ideas jump from one discipline to the other. I mean, that's what we've seen in the past, I guess. Well, neurosciences are extremely interdisciplinary in itself. So my colleagues were using image processing models that were used in the analysis of drill core analysis, porosity of geological samples. And what was learned there was used for vasculature, which is again some kind of porosity model. And most probably nobody would have envisioned that before. So maybe that's the answer to this. What is the next breakthrough? No clue. We'll see. If it's a real breakthrough, maybe we can't even see it now.
Well, it's an interesting challenge to see. We can all imagine where this might go, but ultimately it's what is going to make the difference in real life. And one of the things we know about technology is that as soon as it gets into the open space, people think of new ideas and new uses for it. As we've seen a lot with ChatGPT, for instance.
So, I mean, that was one of my questions in terms of image analysis. So we talk about generative AI. So you don't foresee some new usage or new things coming in terms of image analysis based on this generative AI?
I do.
Okay.
Actually, there are a lot of people working on it, like self-supervised learning of algorithms. So basically, they're generating their own ground truth.
Okay.
I cannot tell you how well this is working at the moment. I
see
only
the
know that
research.
there are a couple of publications out. As I'm not the expert, I cannot really judge how valid the points are they make. But I definitely can say that there's a lot going on at the moment.